Rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, as I'm coming to in the shot in front of you, a wonderful lady by name Karen, who wrote those two interesting books, Sport Lesson Learns, as you can see, and Lex Plus Workout. And let's find out, who are you? What do you do?
Well, my name is Karen Goller. I'm an actor, an author, and a sports performance coach. I actually have more than 20 books, and most of them are fitness and gymnastics.
How people can start in fitness? Let's say someone like me, I'm kind of lazy. With having all the membership and stuff, I still find difficult time to find time for the fitness.
Well, a lot of people think that they have to block off an hour or 2 hours of time just to do a workout, but the reality is my personal workouts are only about 10 minutes each, and I only do 3 or 4 of them a week. So
that little time?
That little time. I mean, I did spend a lifetime working out, but that's what I do right now. Mm-hmm. So if someone who is new to fitness and they don't love fitness wants to start...
I've been in sports for all my life. After I had family, kids, and work and all that stuff, I no longer kind of go into that routine. But I've been doing fitness for a while.
So I would suggest finding someone that you can do it with, or doing quick workouts at home.
How can you find someone? Because if I want to do it with my wife, but if I'm going in the fitness gym, probably she's the one who is watching the kids at that time. So my fitness time is basically when my son is on the playground.
Okay.
So other moms get to see me doing exercise on the playground. Or I do my fitness in the subway when I take a train to work, so it's confined fitness routine.
Wow.
Or when I'm driving a car, so I have sometimes stuck in traffic for hours, even half an hour to work or back. So I'm doing whatever exercise I can do in the car.
Wow.
So it's mostly about confined fitness spaces.
That's good. You can do a lot in a playground. You can use the swings, the benches, the slides. Mm-hmm. You can use just, the grass for some, body weight exercises. There's so much you can do in a playground, and you can get a lot done in a very short amount of time if you don't rest a lot in between exercises.
Mm-hmm. I find that my motivational, personally, as you can see, I'm a YouTuber, so I film a lot. So when I do a live performance and I put it my phone and put it live for my friends to see, it helps me to do, instead of 10 push-ups, I can do 20 push-ups. So it's because I see these hundreds of people watching me doing it, it's kind of, I'm embarrassed in front of them not to do the numbers. So it's kind of makes me do better. On the other side, usually playgrounds have a lot of mothers with the kids. So there are a few fathers like me, but a lot of girls there. So in front of fit ladies, it's really difficult not to do my exercise. So it's kind of also motivational piece. So when we do our fitness routines for the really, really wealthy guys, like trust fund babies and guys with substantial assets, we invite a lot of models, really beautiful ones. And when they sit and watch these guys, they are kind of very much embarrassed not to do what we tell them in front of them. So they do their best because they have such a judgmentship upon them.
Wow, that's a brilliant idea.
Well, it works for those guys. It's kind of a reward, kind of possibility. So if they look good and they lose some weight, maybe they can get a chance to date or marry one of those girls. So that's also kind of motivation. And being in front of the camera, being on a set, live in front of so many people, all their friends can see them. That makes them really do their best. Otherwise, those people who are so much self-centric and narcissistic, it's really difficult to get them in a gym.
True.
I'll talk about myself.
Right, but you don't have to be in a gym, like you said. The playground, the subway, your car.
Yep.
If you carry around a small fitness band, you can get a lot done in a very small amount of space as well. Almost anything that you can do with hand weights, you can do with a fitness band.
Let's go back to your books.
Sure.
What's the premises behind the books? How do you sell them? How does it work? The fitness. I see they're well published, they're well colored, so
Yes.
it must be substantial investment on your site. Is that like a major revenue for you?
Not anymore. It was at one time, though. People are not buying books, technical books, as often as they were back in 2000 when I published my first one, because so many people are going to YouTube to learn how to do things. So, yeah, it's not the same as it was.
I'm a New Yorker, so I
Yes.
take a train. I often don't have reception between stations. Well, in the station we do have Wi-Fi, but when we're under the ground, so the books, probably if you do it in format, so it's easy to fit in a purse, like in the pocket.
Okay.
That would be so much more market for you. This size is kind of difficult to carry in the bag, but if it's like a pocket, something that can slide in, it's so much easier for the commuters to use and read.
That makes
'Cause
sense.
the eyes are tired of looking at that screen, and I see so many people at the subway look at their phone and playing games, and I think books will have a nice comeback.
Okay, that would be great. Some of my books are available through Kindle as well. That Legs Plus one is has a Kindle version too.
For my books, I find Kindle is cannibalistic. So every time I publish a book and then I do the Kindle edition, the actual sales from print one get killed by the Kindle. And a lot of time, someone in China, if I like and publish something really popular, they crack the code and they put it on their library somewhere in China for free, and people can just read my book for free. So there is not much sales out of it. So I decide no longer to do the Kindle.
Okay.
How does it work for you?
It works okay, but surprisingly, I still sell more print books than I do the Kindle version. I get some Kindle sales, but yeah, the print ones are
how
more.
do you promote your books? Like, you have reviews, you have you
Yes.
go on TV shows. Like, what's the strategy that you can share with the audience?
Well, right now I do as many interviews as I can because that seems to help people see my books or become interested in my books more. Years ago I did a lot of direct mail, and that did work. I do advertising in magazines and on websites and Google AdWords and a wide variety of
But
things.
what's the most effective right now? Because writing the campaign, what we did 10, 20 years ago, is no longer that much effective. The world is changing for the next 5, 10 years. I think
Right.
whatever strategies we used in the past might not be so useful. So
True.
we need to evolve in technique. What do you
Right.
think will work for you best?
Right now, the interviews are working best. Every time I do a radio interview, I see the sales boost up the next day, or a TV interview, the
For
sales
how
boost
long
up.
lasts the effect?
Only a
Like
week.
A week.
So I
Yep.
have to keep
Sa-
doing
same.
the interviews to keep boosting the sales.
Okay. And how do you promote those interviews? Like, is there like you go by the list, or like how do you move that interview up in the listings?
A lot of social media. I just keep posting the link on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram as often as I can. And usually the person that interviews me, they have someone doing it on their end as well.
I see. For me, also the interviews that actually work, and I see the numbers coming up, I kind of like to go back after a while and build the conversation, and the same interview
Yes.
with like thousands of comments coming up again. So with additional comments, and if I find a different angle to go back to that interview and reference it, that's bring up it's already has the traffic, it's already has the all this SEO to that interview,
Yeah.
and it's bring up the conversation again. So that same interview that been taped years ago becomes alive and part of the conversation of a new one. So it's kind of a web like references. So it's act as a backlink.
Yes, yes. I actually have one of my interviews posted at the top of my Twitter page, and it stays there. And then the rest of my feed is just below it. And I have it there for that reason, so that people constantly see the interview and click on it, and then, contact me for whatever it is they think I can help them with.
When one way to boost your numbers is mentioning someone famous, a celebrity, important, someone with a big following. On the other side, using their name to advance you, it's kind of unfair because they
Yeah.
have to share the some kind of revenue. How do you, if you use that strategy, how do you combat that?
I don't really use that
So
strategy.
you don't
No,
mention
I've never.
other folks.
Here's an example. I worked for Bella Caroli. I was his first female camp director, the gymnastics coach, the Olympic coach, for 7 years straight. And when I did work for him, and for years after, I did tell people that I worked for him. But I've never actually used his name specifically to get sales because I just don't think that would be fair to him or Marta.
It could be
So,
fair
yeah.
if you would share the revenue and
Yeah.
if you have a check in his way probably, and
Right.
he would agree. Why not? Especially if you're
Yeah.
friends and they can do favors for each other.
That's true.
It's a fair. It's not like you don't know the person and you just exploiting the person
Yeah.
name. That's a little different. You actually spend a career and
Yes.
work together. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions for Karen, hopefully you'll decide to come back
Okay.
to my fitness channel. What would be the best way to reach out to you? Do you have like Instagram or Facebook? What's the best way?
Yes,
to your
I have.
website.
Yes, I have all of those.
Tell me.
Just type my name into Google, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or go to KarenGoller.com. It's KarenGoeller.com.
Thank you. Cut.